alleged payment made before raising paid vouchers, 3,255,000 naira. What is your take on this?
So my take will still based on my documentary evidence. So if we go to pages 173 to 177 of our submission, the vouchers in question were raised on the 11th.
Is it 171 or 173?
173, sir. That's why I said I made some corrections when I went through it here. So we wrote 171, but it's not 171. It's actually 173 to 177. To 177. So the vouchers were raised on the 11th of September 2020. And yes, and then the training was done on the 14th of September 2020. Why the payment was made before the training, I honestly cannot explain that, because we all know that what obtains is that the contractor or the vendor will do the job, submit a job completion or training report before processing for payments. So, what's that? This is the voucher you raised on the 11th.
Not before the,
Where's your training report? Okay, where's your training report? For this project. So you don't talk about what you...
No, go ahead.
PS, please, is your Director of Finance and Account here?
It's right here, sir.
Oh, Director, how long have you been in Interior?
About 6 months ago, sir.
Huh?
About 6 months.
So when this payment were made,
Yes, sir.
you were not there?
I wasn't
Okay. So when you came in, before all these queries, it's like, from what I understood, is there is a lot of lacunas in the agency or in the account department, finance and account unit, because normally you cannot pay contractor before executing the job. There must, even your staff, I know sometimes you pay DTA ahead of time, but anything that has to do with services, it has to be paid after delivery of those services, certificate of job completion, and what have you have to be raised and signed by the user department. So going forward, what assurance are you giving the committee that if this is exactly what is happening in Interior, are you assuring us that you are going to change the narratives, or is going to be continue in that manner? Since according to both of you, you were not there when these things are wrong. But as far as we are concerned as a committee, government is continuous. So, and you cannot run away from your responsibility. It's still your responsibility, because in any agency, ministry and department, there is taking and handing over note. And certainly you have to go into those documents line by line to see, not until issues were raised. So apart from this, there is likelihood that such issues may come out again, maybe in other services unit or department of your agencies. So going forward, what assurance are you giving us that this may not likely happen? And what are you also telling the committee going forward in terms of clarification on these very queries?
Before you give the assurance,
Yes.
Honorable Patoba, you have one.
Thank you, my chairman. As a rider to the question that my colleague just asked, fine, you are making us to understand that you just came into the system, right? Does that mean that the whole staff working within the finance department, the procurement department, were moved out and replaced? Because if you put that at the head of the department that just taking over the place, there should still be supporting staffs, which will still be supposed to have the knowledge of all these questions we're asking.
I think they were all there, only they got promoted to their respective level, right? Because procurement was there before you become director of procurement. You are not there. Mama Secretary, you are not in the ministry.
Sir?
You are not in the ministry, right?
No, sir, I was only posted there August 2020, 2024.
Okay, Madam Mama Secretary, you have the floor.
Sir, you have to. Sir, sir, like, sir, like I tried to explain in my last presentation, the process is very clear, and it doesn't matter what ministry you are at. The Procurement Act and the extant law is the same for the Federal Service of Nigeria. So typically, there has to be a proper procurement process for every procurement that you are doing. Sir, yes, sir. No, that's what I'm saying, that the procurement process is standard for the whole of the service in Nigeria. So the process is that sorry, sir. Welcome back, sir. So the process is that every procurement must have at least 3 qualified companies for any procurement process to happen. At least. Competitive is open. It's selective that you'll be talking about that. But even at that, there is a process to it. That's what it's open. That's what I'm saying, that it could be more than that. And so when you go through and you assess for the best contractor who is able to deliver the job, a contract letter is awarded. And when it is awarded, there has to be an acceptance within a particular time. And then when that is done, there has to be an agreement signed, okay? And thereafter, the job is executed. When the job is executed, a letter saying that I have executed this job and requesting for payment is sent to the ministry. When that happens, the user department has to confirm that this has been done and issue a job completion certificate. It is only after that is obtained that procurement will send up for approval of payment for the job that is executed with all those documents attached. And when that is done, it is now approved to the DFA to pay. So, like I said, if we have the files, then we should be able to see those processes happen, which is what you have been stressing, and that is the process. But that these files, some of these files we couldn't lay our hands upon, has made it a little bit more challenging. But there is no way DFA will make any payment without a statutory approval of the accounting officer. Okay, so asking that, are we going to allow these lacunas and all the mistakes that we have seen continue? Definitely, it is not happening since I arrived to that ministry. It is not happening. The processes are being followed and the documentation are being done. We just pray that in future, those files will not also get missing, because I really do not understand how files can get missing. But I know the ministry is in the process of digitizing our workflow, which is one of the mandates of this present administration. Enterprise content management is one of the things that all ministries in service must do. And so if our documents are digitized, the idea of anybody throwing a file or us not finding a file will become something of the past. Thank you very much.